Of course, you know her, Fabienne Slama, so I'm going to introduce her today.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here today in San Francisco. I'm so glad the weather was on our side, and I'm so glad you found the room. I know it was not easy to find it, but you did your best and you made it. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for being there. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm so glad we have one guy here taking care of himself. Two guys, yes, so Oscar, but Oscar, you're part of the package, sorry. So, my name is Fabienne Slama. I'm a certified life coach. I'm also an hypnotherapist. I consider also myself a beauty revealer. Why a beauty revealer? Because for the past 15 years I've been a sculptor, and I created only beautiful women. For me, it was a way to let them express their feeling and show what they have inside and put it on the outside. The beauty I see in every single one of you, the women. And the men too, but sorry, all the men I sculpted were only coming with a woman attached to them. So.
Otherwise, we're nothing.
So, the reason I became a coach was actually to reconnect with one of my childhood dreams, which was to help people. I wanted them to have a better life, to find their life purpose, to reconnect with who they are, the beautiful them. They are inside, outside. And a few years ago, my life changed for the best when I went through a transition myself. My husband of 20 years told me out of the blues he was leaving, so it was quite of a shock. And my reaction normal from that was like, please, please don't go. Went down pretty deeply, was suicidal for about 3 weeks, and I was very blessed by finding wonderful people. And that was the beginning of my renaissance in the sense that I found what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. Finally, at 45, 44, 45, I became an adult. That's a woman. And I consider myself today a Renaissance woman, a woman who went from losing her identity, not knowing who she was, to finally reconnecting with myself. So this book is based on my own story. It's based on the story I listen to every day. Women I cross in the street, women I meet as my clients who say, I'm happy, I have a good life, it's good, but I want more. I don't want good enough, I want great. So we're gonna wait for 2 more seconds that the other people are coming in, so I will continue my speech. If Oscar, get them in. Yes, hi.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for finding the room. Oh, no, we can extend our welcome to dogs. Because I was saying we were lacking a lot of men here, and we have a little dog.
He's a little boy dog.
Oh, so see, 3 guys now. That's so good. So, yeah, I was saying that my book is called Renaissance Woman because it's inspired by my own story of Renaissance, my own story of transition, but also by the story of every woman who want to find themselves, who they are deep inside, and want to reconnect with their own beauty. So, through my life, I went through many changes. I moved 20 times. I used to be a molecular biologist. That was my first job. Then I became a PR representative for a biotech company. Became a teacher, journalist. I became a mom, which is quite a full-time job. Part of the moving process was moving from France, as you can hear my accent is French, to United States. And in this process, I also reinvented myself professionally. I became a sculptor, and I've been a sculptor for 15 years. And more recently, through my divorce, I changed another time and added another career, becoming a life coach. So I know about change. Change, for me, is a process. It's 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 a process It's okay, it happens. This is not how it's supposed to happen, on the other hand. So let's find it. Who knows how to make this thing work? Okay. So,
Should I call?
no. Okay, let's go. Exit show.
There you go.
Here we go. So, change happen in life, and that's the way it is. And we just move forward. We go one step in front of the next. We put one foot in front of the next, and we move forward. But what happens sometimes, one change or can trigger a transition. And transition is different. A transition is what changes you deeply inside. It changes you at the molecular level, I would say. It changes who you are. And my life transition actually happened with a change, becoming single after 20 years. But I think it happened a little bit before, because on the past few years, I was not feeling so good. So that was probably me at the time, not Dawn, but I was feeling that way. Stress, sick most of the time, had a lot of problems with my back. People who know me from this time knew I couldn't really walk. And the way I felt was pretty close to the sculpture you see on the right, because since I'm a sculptor, I was expressing myself that way. This piece, I call it Alone, but the full title I gave it at that time was called Please Leave Me Alone. Was, okay, I don't like it. My life was good, as I say. I was married to a man I loved. I had 2 healthy kids. I had a house. Nothing to complain about. But not having anything to complain about doesn't make it easier. Actually, if anything, it makes it worse, because you don't have anything to complain about. Why should you complain then? So there was obviously good moments, but most of them were pretty so-so. And I was spending my life in what we call fight, flight, or freeze moment. Most of the time, I was fighting with people, against others, people I saw and loved. So I was snappy, I was angry, frustrated. Do you know that? Have you ever been that way? Yeah. Or because I didn't want to be that way, I was withdrawn. I will pretend actually I was working on my sculpture at the time, and in past years, past 3-4 years before my divorce, actually I was spending 4-5 hours in front of the TV. I was telling I was working. I was at home, my studio was there, but I was not. Or I was a little bit of both. I was in a freeze. I was petrified of doing something that will trigger another pain level. So I was very quiet on the outside. Nobody could tell I was doing that. I couldn't even tell myself, but inside I was feeling so agitated. And there I was stressed. That's all the effect of stress. So my body was hurting, my emotions were a mess. I was powerless, I was confused, and I was hurting in many levels. So these are the last sculptures I created just before my transition. Unfortunately, when I saw them, I didn't like them, so I put them in the garbage can. But as you can see, they have no head, no arm. I couldn't think, I couldn't act. And I thought, I really need to do something, but I didn't know what to do. Then my life exploded. It was in a way a blessing. Until this happened, I was either feeling a victim of the situation, I was depressed, or I was angry or frustrated. But the only way to change from that was to actually take responsibility of my feeling, acknowledge that I was part of the decision of changing and doing better. So once I accepted that, I started change. I told you, after my husband left, I went into deep depression. 3 weeks down, stayed 3 weeks down after that. And then I started changing. And what was surprising is when I accepted that I was not my feeling, that I wanted to change, it only took me 3 more weeks to go out of the hole. Meaning, I recovered from my divorce in 9 weeks. Which is kind of strange, but when you want something, you act on it. And when I'm talking about acting, I was working on myself 4 to 5 hours a day, full-time job, part-time job, plus the 2 to 3 hours of exercise I was doing every day after that. So how do you get better? Basically, decide to enter a stress-free zone. And what I was doing until then, I was defining who I was. I was saying, I'm a mom, I'm a spouse, I'm a sculptor. So who I thought I was influencing what I was doing, how I was behaving, and how I was doing what I was doing. And I was doing this circle. I'm a mom, as a spouse, I'm not really happy with my life, but I continue. We go in this spiral, we don't think about it anymore, we just move forward. But the only way to change a spiral was actually in 3 steps. Stop. That's the most important thing. When you are feeling this way, when you're feeling that you are in this spiral, the first step is actually to stop. Acknowledge your feeling. And don't beat yourself up for experiencing what you're experiencing. And don't ignore the problem. A lot of people are doing that by overworking. Oh, let's work, let's go to, I have so many things in my life, I have to do so many things. Oh, that's easy. You keep yourself busy. That prevents you from thinking about anything hurtful. Or they party a lot. That's nice. When I'm with my friend, I'm happy, but I don't think about what's going on and hurting me deep inside. Or they're drinking, smoking, taking drugs, whatever. But once you stop, that actually forces you to evaluate what is actually really going on in your life. And even though pain is inevitable in life, some hard stuff happens. Suffering is optional. You have the choice to decide that the life you're living is not happening to you, it's not forced on you, but it's happening for you to make you grow and become the person you want to be by learning who you want to be. So I decided to learn and create a new me by taking action. This is just a slide in honor of my son, Jordan. He's a fan of Doctor Who, so I had to dedicate this slide for him. Take plan, count, and take action. So first step to take action, call for help. Very important. We always are hesitant to call for help, but we have friends, we have family members, we have people who want only one thing, they want the best for us. So you can call them, tell them, I'm hurting, can you be there for me? And they will do it gladly. If you don't have anybody, or if you don't feel like talking to anybody who you know, call for help somewhere else. Go to your church, synagogue, wherever place you go to. If you go somewhere, call a psychologist, call a coach. That's why we are here. Coaches are not supposed to focus on what is going on. Coach is there to help you from where you are right now, maybe a little bit of suffering, and help you go from good to great. So please call us. And there's few actions you can do, you can take actually to get better. Be mindful, be in the present. Instead of worrying of what can happen, may happen, had happened, just focus on where you are. Just spend time in the day to actually breathe and do nothing. So that way you can go from having a mind totally full of what I could call crap to being there and enjoying your life. The way to be experiencing this mindfulness, meditation. It seems really weird, but meditation is not sitting in front on a chair or on a pillow for hours just humming. Meditation can be many things. For me, it's walking in the nature. or it's taking 5 minutes in the middle of the day and saying, okay, this is time for me to just cool down. So I will take my phone, Google 5-minute meditation, because that's all I have in front of me. Put my earphone on and listen to a 5-minute meditation. And take 5 minutes to just relax. So, other thing that you can do to be better, to help yourself, be grateful. Be happy of what you have instead of focusing on what you don't have. Our fantastic instructor, Keith, you girls know him, taught us a fantastic 3-minute routine. Every morning I start my day with 3 minutes just for me. The first minute is being grateful. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for my kids who are healthy. I'm grateful to just have 2 arms, 2 legs, whatever. Find at least 3 things that you're grateful for. Then a second minute to just breathe. And the third minute is just to visualize a day the way you want it to happen. So being grateful is acknowledging what you have, and it's super important. And something you can do just after those first 3 minutes, go to the bathroom, get yourself ready. And while you're in the bathroom, just look at yourself in the mirror and smile at yourself. That's very difficult, very challenging at the beginning. You look at yourself like, oh, look at that. I feel puffy, I feel, no. Look at yourself and actually smile at yourself and look at least one thing you like about you. Oh, I like the way my hair is poking between my hair today. Whatever, as small as you want, but find one thing you like about yourself. And one way to actually move from a stressful moment is actually to move your energy. So one way to move your energy, obviously exercise. Exercise we know is very good for you, but there's so many ways. When you're stressed, instead of, oh, I have to calm down, don't calm down. If you're angry, take a pillow and just palm a pillow until you feel better. Or if you are just stressed and you feel your body tense, just up and down. Look at dogs. They know how to move their energy. They stretch. If they want, they jump. Dogs, animals, kids know exactly what to do to move their energy. And it's essential to feel better. And change your story. Instead of saying, I feel bad, instead of saying, sorry, I am tired, I am anxious, I am so stressed. I am is defining who you are. And you're not stressed. You are not the tiredness. You feel stressed. You feel tired, but that doesn't define you. So just this little change in your language might change something. Because when you feel something, it's just for some time, and it can be changed. It may take some time to change, but it's not defining who you are. And you may not be able to change your past, but you can just choose your present and change your future. Something that is also very important, take some time for yourself. Aline, we were talking about that. Very important to take some me time. Me time can be anything. Just go for a walk if you enjoy going for a walk. Go to get pampered. Perricon has fantastic products. Do things that you enjoy. Go out with friends. I love going out with my friends. So just take yourself as a priority. If you, as women, we are, and it's also as men, we are always used to help others, take care of others. Take care of yourself first, because if you are not doing great, you cannot help others. You first. You know, like this in the airplane, put your mask on first, and then you help people around you. And also visualize what you want. Set up your priority. Define what is essential for you. Find your values. Just be precise. one exercise that I love to do is actually imagine what I want to do or to be doing in 1 month, in 6 months, in 1 year. And say, okay, this is 1 year from now and I have accomplished that. Actually, when I did the exercise for the first time, I say 1 year from now I will be a coach. I will have written a book. And I will be showing my art in this and this place, and I will have experienced this and this in personal life. I have accomplished all those things. Maybe not exactly on the time frame I thought I would, but pretty close to it actually. And at this point, that's mostly the way I want to feel. For me, visualization takes three-dimensional form. So I want to be grounded, and I want to be dancing at the same time. A little bit of fun, a little bit of craziness, and a little bit of going forward and putting one foot in front of the other and take action. So this is my own experience. I thought it would look like that. Once I start going up, I told you it took me 9 weeks to recover from my husband leaving. So I thought, from there it's easy, I'll go straight up. Actually, the way it happened, the one on down there. So transition is like an onion. You feel like you're doing better, and you're going a little bit down, and you're going back up. And you just go with the flow, enjoy the moment. So what you do is you choose the way you want to feel. You might find someday when you feel again cranky, angry, not doing so well, but you know that you can go back up because you did it once. You can do it next time. You have this power inside of you. And transition, one of the challenges, once you let go of who you thought you were, you let go of the cranky, freezy, remote you. You think you're okay, but actually you're not out of the loop. You go through a neutral zone that is when you don't know who you are anymore because you changed so much about you, so many things about you. And during that time you try to reinvent yourself. That's a time when you redefine who you want to be, and it's a beautiful time. And then you experience it until the next time you go through this wheel again. So this is way more explained in way more detail in the book, but I couldn't explain everything today. So this is a little summary of how to take action. Be mindful, take time to stop and breathe. Being grateful, remind what are the beautiful things going on in your life. Change the way you tell your story. Don't say, I am sad, I am angry, I am tired, but say, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel tired. And move your energy. So moving your energy, check your body. If you feel like it after I stop talking, just come, or even no, stand up and jump up and down, and it feels good to just move. Take care of yourself, get yourself beautiful products to get your skin radiant, and reach out for help. Reach out to your friend, reach out to people who will be there for you. Visualize what you want, how you want it, and what you can do, what you want to do. So my book, unfortunately, I thought I will have it in between my hand today, but it's with a printer, and it will come out at the end of January. It's available for pre-order. I have pre-order form. If you fill it up, as soon as I receive it, I will mail it for free, so you can get it at home. And those about actually calling for help. Those are my 2 emails. The one for the book, the other one is my coaching business. This is my personal phone number. Call for help. Let your energy express itself. And basically, don't hesitate to reach out. That's essential. And thank you for listening. And if you have any question, I'm there for you. Please feel free to get a little bit more goodies over there. And maybe I will let Oscar talk a little bit for now.